There we go, they're onto the grid after that little bit of a mishap on the start. Rookie passenger there, watch the lights, here's the cry, the revs go up, ready to go. Been held for a long time and away we go then. And everybody's safely off the line. TZ 750 outfit there. Safely through Coppers for the first time, so you're going to have the first half of this race heading towards you very shortly, my friend, as we're about to get the second half underway as well. As Leah Jane lets it go, and away we go in the second half, and predictably enough, it is our pole position machine of Whittaker and Holroyd heading away in the Bears. What's happening at your end, buddy?
Keep an eye out for the Bears down here. They come now. Second, third, fourth.
Okay. Have a listen on the radio here, mate. Hold on a sec. Okay, somebody pulled off on the outside of the chicane there. I'm assuming it's a mechanical thing. It looks as though the outfit's facing the right way. The marshals quickly come running, as they always do, to help them move that machine to safety. Can't quite make out who that is. Okay, so just calling a wave yellow to warn the following riders that there is an issue there, so they move that off the line there. So can't quite make out who that is at distance. Obviously they're not going to trip the timing beam very shortly. They would have done it at the first half, as Fairhurst and Andrews lead across the line ahead of Fairhurst and Burns. It's Noble and Cage are up next to McMahon and Ransom. Who's dropping down the order? Yeah, it is the Sala Andrews machine. It looks like a blue machine in the distance there, so I'm thinking that unfortunately for that number 16, they really have had a weekend to forget. They've had 3 retirements there for Derek Sala and Zach Andrews. The Sheffield pairing, at least they're not a million miles from home. It's still very frustrating to come to the track just to suffer 3 DNFs. McMahon and Ransom are up next ahead of Gilroy and Oldroyd, McVeigh, Rooney, Bannister and Porter, Tibbles and Greenwood. Then 9th is Knight and Knight. In 10th place it is Savile and Cott. And it's waiting for the Bears to come across the line, predictably enough, led by Whittaker and Holroyd, who are presently in 12th place. And we have seen them inside the top 10 in the races earlier today. We do have an 8-lap race here as well, so plenty of time for them to make up some points there. They're ahead of McCain and score 4 points again. But yeah, it's the number 16, unfortunately, who's got missing. Yeah, again, very frustrating when it comes to a racetrack and have 3 DNFs, isn't it, Brad? 98 is the cause of the yellow flag up there at Park by the sound of it, mate. So unfortunately Tony Wheatley and Neil Wheatley have brought that IS and TZ 750. That's the reason there's another outfit that's had a very frustrating weekend, unfortunately for them. However, onwards and upwards, what we tell you is Fairhurst and Andrews lead Fairhurst and Burns by getting this 9 seconds after 2 laps. It's a bit of a walkover in real terms, isn't it? They're into the 48s, their rivals predictably enough into the 53s there. Noble and Cage are having their own way in the F2s as well. But Gilroy and Oldroyd have just moved up past McMahon and Ransom, the F1 machine. They're only 7/10 of a second behind their F2 rivals there. Third of the F2s is Bannister and Porter. They're a little bit further back and they're into the 2-minute bracket. bracket there. You need to be into the 53 mark if you want to be challenging for the trophies, or at least the top trophies in this particular race. The usual order in the bands there with Whitaker and Holroyd, McCain and Scorsese, Kim and Austin. So Austin holds up fourth in the class at the moment as the water machine goes down into the time along with the moving water machine as well. So here it comes, that is the line there. Just not the fastest thing on the track, but hey, it's out there and it's in the overall points. If we're coming in 15th, which we're not, but they'll still get 5th in their own championship there. So Fairhurst and Andrews now making their way back to the line. Making their way back to the line, of course, because everything starts and finishes here, so it's a bit of a silly statement, really. But anyway, they come across the line and they turn in a 49.9, so relatively slow compared to their previous best, which is a 48.7. Let's have a look and see how much that's going to increase their lead over Fairhurst and Burns this time. 5, so they actually go a little bit quicker instead of PB there, but it's still 2.5 seconds slow of their rivals in front. 52.2, a little bit quicker there for Gilroy and Oldroyd as they pass Noble and Cage there to claim the lead in the F2 Championship, so that's very good news for them as McVeigh and Rooney go past to claim a podium position ahead of McMahon and Ransom. So once again, Bradley, we're seeing a few arguments for some of the smaller placings here, aren't we?
Yeah, that seems to be the order of the day for these guys, doesn't it? The number 52 machine comes by me, that's Jim Noble and Abby Cager, the parents from Halifax. The number 11 as well as Kieran McVeigh and Brett Rooney from Loughborough. Around we go, a race leader then already down, no taking into much more than just come here and Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews then. So they've only had one DNF this year after unfortunately Billy Andrews fell out at this very event and booked them up to go there. But so they've won races since, and they're certainly keeping that up, aren't they?
Yeah, certainly are. Nicely consistent. That's how you win championships, isn't it? Just keep putting away, plugging away, getting those points in. We have seen people win championships without winning a single race in the past. You're watching the leaders go out and crash their brains out, either win or bin it. But not so much this year, actually. I think all our championship winners have won quite a few races on their way, or the championship elects, I should say. There are still quite a few championships still to be decided at our next round at Stephen on August the 31st and September the 1st, that particular weekend. And then we move to Brands Hatch for what will be our last meeting of the season, and that is in October, isn't it, Bradley?
September the 21st, 22nd.
Right, so an early finish of the year. No freezing cold October to worry about. I'll have to book an overseas flight somewhere just to celebrate. Okay, all the way to the Isle of Man. Okay, watching the Bears. The Bears are the classic sit-up and beg kind of style going on there, real kneeler machines those, so the passenger getting right out as they work their way around the left-handers there, trying desperately to keep the wheel on the ground. The ideal weight for a passenger, I don't know if anybody's ever worked that out, to be honest. I think it's going to be a leverage thing as well. Obviously, the further out, the more leverage you're going to have holding the outfit on the ground. Not quite sure what the ideal weight for a passenger would be as we hit the halfway mark in this race. And at number 9 machine continues to lead now by 12 seconds. So Gary Fairhurst and Billy Andrews doing a fantastic job out there. I'm not quite sure what the relationship is between Gary Fairhurst and the second place outfit of Jack Fairhurst. Let's see, Gary's from Derbyshire, Jack is from Doncaster, at least that's where it says it is. So I'm guessing they might be related because they're both in sidecars and they've got not the most common of surnames, but either way, Jack and Mark doing a good job there in second place. Leaders of the F2s, again, haven't been supplied with anything in the way of commentary notes for these guys, so we're having to make up this as we go along, which is not my usual thing. Red Gilroy and Taylor Oldroyd from Colville there, supported by First Call Refrigeration, the series sponsors in the Thundercat machine. They've now got a very healthy lead in that particular division as they're 10 seconds ahead of that 52 machine of Jim Noble and Abby Gager. Halifax-based pairing there, as are Danny Quirk and Sharon Reeves. And they unfortunately not here in this race, which is a great shame. It's really good to see that Vincent out there doing his stuff. McVeigh and Rooney running third in the F1, seconds. The number 11 machine, that's Kieran McVeigh and Bryn Rooney. We did see Bryn take a step out of the machine earlier, of course, and not finish the race. The Loughborough-based pairing. And it says manufactured Derbyshire. Not quite sure if that's right. Certainly one I've not heard of, but that's, I think, where Loughborough is. So maybe that's just a bit of a typo in the wrong column, something like that. Third of the F2s at the moment is the 71 machine. That is Sarah Bannister and Tony Porter. So we've got a girl at the bars and a man alongside, as we have with Alison Lawrence and Greg Pym. So not totally unique there. That pairing from Templecombe on the MRE Gixxer 600 K2. So one of the older Suzukis. Of course, this is the pre-injection, so you've got to have some carbs sitting on this sucker. And then it's the Bears outfits coming across the line. We've got a hold right there ahead of McCain and Scorthon. Those guys are both on K100, the four-cylinder flat, four-cylinder BMW powered machine. And it's Kemp and Austin who are running third in that particular race, as they have done pretty much all weekend. And they're on Motor Guzzi. I'm not quite sure which version of Guzzi it is, because Guzzi engines still will look the same, whether it be the V50, the V750, the V75, I should say, the V80, and even the V1000. It does look a bit bigger than the 1000. Over the line we go with our leaders once again, and we're now 6 laps into this 8-lap race, so 2 to go. 2 to go before we get dulcet tones of Barry Nutley blasting across the airways with the British Sidecar Championships. And there was some speculation that the drivers and passengers might be asking for a reduction in laps for our 2 main events this afternoon.
Sorry, Kim, to say a quick one. They've got an outfit running on here at the Gooseneck. They've rejoined the track now. We do have wave yellows up there at the Gooseneck as well. I can't see, so I suspect it could well be behind the barrier from where I am here. But we do have still wave yellows there.
Yeah, you need another couple of stories on that building, really, don't you, mate?
It would be nice.
And maybe a screen, a bit of PA, yeah. Plug socket would be useful, yeah. Something other than the 12-volt battery sitting there, yeah. The glamour of the commentary. And some air conditioning. Let's round it up properly. If we're going to be asking for things, we might as well go the whole hog. We're not going to get any of them anyway. But yeah, a slightly bigger tower. While we're doing towers, can we have one at Snetterwood as well? Because we spend half our racing looking over garage roofs there, don't we?
We mentioned earlier as well, it's pretty interesting, the ideal weight for passengers. I suppose it's the driving style of the driver. That would be right, wouldn't it? Carrying more corner speed, you'd obviously need the balance on the inside. If you're the kind of person who brakes late and turns the corner and squirts it out the corner, then would you want someone as heavy?
Yeah, you could argue that, I suppose, but then you've got the power to weight ratio thing as well, which is obviously a factor in any sort of racing as well. So yeah, there's an awful lot of calculations that could go into this particular game, I guess, as we wait for the leaders to come across the line for the last time, the penultimate time, I should say. There goes the inverted soul tyre there. We'll work out a better phrase for that one. It's some sort of soul tyre, I'm not quite sure how you describe it, really. Head of Gilroy and Oldroy, because I heard a bit of chatter on the radio there, mate, and maybe a bit of an issue there for the Fairhurst and Burns outfit, because they've gone 5 seconds slower than they have previously, whereas the Gilroy and Oldroy outfit has gone a few tenths of a second quicker for a PB over the line that time, and that means that the little F2 outfit is now up to second place overall, so good effort from that particular team there. Just waiting for Noble and Cager to come across the line and confirm themselves as the second of the F2s. That'll be McVeigh and Rooney they're having an argument with there, but that's not the class purely for holders of the track. Tibbles and Greenwood are due across the line very shortly, and here comes one of the Bears outfits. That one has been lapped, I'm thinking. Yeah, it's the Downs Osterholzer machine there, but they are still in the race as we wait for the rest of the runners and the riders in the FSRA first call refrigeration pre-injection units to come across the line. There goes the 181 machine, and then there's a pretty close battle there between the 71 machine of Bannister and Porter and the similar F2 machine of Savile and Woolcott. Those guys are actually arguing over third place, so that's a medal they're looking for there between the two of them, and there's 0.2 of a second separating them. as they go up over the hill back towards you there, Bradley. So you better keep a bit of a close eye on that one as I wait for the winner to come across the line.
There is Sandown and Oscar Holzer giving the weight over to the left-hand side then for Mansfield. Here is the final three-way battle there for that position. We get the Bradford for the number 9 machine of Gary Billy Andrews. Make that battle making the way around Mansfield and heading towards the chicane. We'll see that in just a second now. The position almost the under 2x2 into the chicane there, but they're headed towards the bridge now.
Yeah, I think you're right. There could be a change of position there. We'll just get confident. Andrews won the race ahead of Gilroy and Oldroyd, who win the F2 section of the race as well as coming second overall. Fairhurst and Burton. Look at that battle between Bannister and Porter and Saville and Woolcott to see who actually gets the crown there. Looks like Tipples and Greenwood have got AWOL because here comes the 908 of Saville and Woolcott to claim that 6th place. 7th place does go to Bannister and Porter. And we see the first of the Bears machines coming across the line as well. Tipples and Greenwood do finish. They must have had a bit of an issue there because their lap time was 13 seconds slower than their best. But Whittaker and Holroyd will make a clean sweep of wins ahead of McCain and Scorthorne, Kemp and Austin. I think that's been pretty much the order in every single one of these races. Downs and Osterholder do claim 4th. Okay, Bradley, that concludes the last of the FSRA first call pre-injection races. However, we've got one more FSRA race, and of course that is the British F2 Sidecar.